if you need to be talked to or listened to. And yeah, he's always behind the scenes kind of bud tending or bartending or whatever he needs to do. So I thought I'd give him a moment while we wait for everyone to join and kind of talk about some fun things that he's doing.
Oh, you talking about the filter game?
You know it.
Oh, man, dude. We have been absolutely busy as shit. Like, did you guys see the interview I posted today from MetaMasters Media?
Fire. It was amazing.
Was it? Good. I'm glad everybody liked it.
No, you're representing really well.
That's kind of the game plan, you know. Like, I want to make sure everybody's happy with what we're doing, you know.
So what is it? Describe it a little bit.
So we're building Snapchat face filters like the one Foxy Fam led. So, but we've also been, you know, talking about, like I said, if you watch the interview, I really went more in depth with like the actual possibilities of what it's, you know, can be used for as far as branding and marketing and advertising.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
go ahead.
It's great because we all have our IPs, right, for Bored Apes, but also for Foxy Fam. So everybody has their IP. You can do what you want with it. And with the, you know, the AR technology, it really brings things to life. It's kind of like the in-between doxing yourself, you know, where you can actually show yourself in real life still as your PFP. So it's a fun way to kind of bring us into reality. But then also there's gaming that can be tied into it, not just the messaging, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can add to it. We actually have a couple of things coming for the Foxy Fam. You know, I don't want to give it away too much, but you know, we're always doing things in the back to help everybody out.
That's cool,
so
man.
I got a couple of things coming for you, my man.
See, and this is stuff I don't even know of. So
I know.
We're dropping out right now, and Mo's. I just called one person up out of the crowd. They're already doing stuff. So that's awesome, man. We're excited to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited to get it out there.
Awesome. Well, thanks for jumping up. Yeah, if any of you want any AR filters, go to Mo Pete. He'll hook you up. Him and Dilo are doing a great job with really getting stuff quick, and I think people are catching on. So
yeah, no, absolutely. Like, it's catching on like wildfire. While we were in Miami, I actually ran into Taylor Daring, which I'm sure a lot of you guys know who that is.
Yeah,
I did not know who that was, but he came up to me and we were talking. He's like, "Oh, you're Mo Pete?" He's like, "Man, I've been seeing all that filter stuff you're doing. That's crazy." And I was like, "Man, I don't know who you are, dude. I feel bad."
You're the celebrity now.
Yeah, dude, right? It's so crazy, dude. But it's only because of the community, you know. Like, I'm no better than any of us. You know what I mean?
We're all one together. No, we appreciate it.
Exactly.
Awesome. Well, thanks for jumping up.
Yeah, absolutely.
During this space, we'll probably open up to questions a few different times during this. This is the first Foxy Fam town hall, so it's going to be a great time. But Sneaks, do you want to kick it off?
Yeah, definitely. So we have a lot to talk about here. Everyone that's here, whether you're a Foxy holder or not, this is all going to be alpha for holders. We do have a giveaway here planned. I don't know when you want to do that, maybe towards the end, but agu.eth, who's here as a listener, we have that planned. I'll keep what the giveaway is here as a secret. But where did you want to start off? How did you want to kick this off here, Amanok?
Yeah, we can just go down the list. So, yeah, there's going to be, a fun giveaway near the end. But we've been working really hard, and this is going to be a good update meeting. We'll do this every week. If you guys get sick of us, then, we'll kind of stretch it out. Won't be too long, maybe 30 minutes max. It all depends on how many questions there are, which I'm guessing there are going to be quite a few questions because we've been just kind of laying low and working. But it's all going to be revealed here. So the first thing I wanted to talk about are the early adopter POAPs. So those, someone need to mute? Oh, no.
Oh, sorry. There's people driving by. That's my bad.
No, you're fine. It sounded like you were in the Upside Down or something. That was pretty
No,
crazy.
there's some dickbag just drove by with his loud truck.
Nice. So we sent out the early adopter POAPs or POAPs. How are you guys saying it? The POAPs, POAPs. So we got those out in the early days of the Foxy Fam minting. We were in the middle of the gas wars, and it's been fun because it really brought out the true players in the community. And for those people, we're manually giving out all those POAPs to make sure that you remember those days. We remember who was there, and then there's going to be utility based on that. So it will go into some of the other items that we're going to talk about today, including metaverse, games, companions, and then getting into the Foxy DAO. So there are a lot of fun things coming up, and also some things that we'll be releasing this week. So it almost seems like should we do story time? Is that a good idea? Foxy Fam story time?
Let's do it.
I don't think anyone was planning for this part.
No,
And
we
not
should
to
do
be
it.
cheesy or anything, but so I'm a father of 3 boys, and you would think with 3 boys it's just roughhousing, wrestling, and being crazy all the time, right? But there are some little moments. It probably happens maybe once a month where we get to sit down and right before bed. It's not a wrestling match, but it's actually story time. And I know it sounds like I'm a really horrible father, but story time usually happens like once a month because the kids are so crazy, and there's sports every single night. So when it's story time, it's fun because it's a time to kind of just reflect. And I like to tell stories that kind of go through little, motivational things for them, or just little fun parts of their life, and they can connect, kind of connect to it. And that's been the fun part of Foxy Fam. Is it's been fun telling the story of Foxy Fam and the burrow and running away and chasing butterflies, and then getting deeper and deeper into the forest. And you'll visually be able to see that, not just hear it. So the first phase of Foxy Fam has been the community building. It's been the minting of the Foxies. It's been releasing some of the roadmap, and then a lot of anticipation. I think all of us can, put our hands up and say that there's been a lot of anticipation. And it's been fun because we've seen a little sneak peek where we had Foxtrot beta, and we had a contest with that. And then we had an art contest, and that was implemented straight into the project. And we've had some one-of-ones, and those are coming for the people that had the Halloween one-of-ones. I just talked to Jet, and he's going to be getting those going too. So it's been fun talking about it and kind of showing glimpses at it. But the next phase of Foxy is going to be visual. It's going to be weekly showing you what's going on. There's going to be animated series. There's going to be animated kind of drops. It's going to be a lot more visual with, images in the announcements that will tell the story, not just in words, but through media, which is the most beautiful part of NFTs. Is it's finally an opportunity for us to come together as a community and really work on art and make sure that artists are recognized. And it's going to be a fun next phase. So if you think of the previous phase, that was kind of, beta up to, this real true roadmap 1 being released. So with the Foxy DAO, I think that's something that we'll talk about first. We've already started it. So in the community, you can jump in if you're a holder. You can go in, and we're already doing Foxy voting. We're doing a bunch of setup for the business of Foxy and the brand of Foxy. The community launched their own merch line, which is really fun. And there's going to be a lot more that Foxy holders will be able to vote on and decide on to use funding that came from merch, and also just the direction of the game. So like I've always said, we're developing 3 different games right now, and it's by 3 different developers. So it's kind of a fun approach.
You cut off there, Walk. I mean,
Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
You can hear me now. Okay.
Yeah.
Where did I cut off?
You mentioned games? 3 different developers for the different games.
Yeah, 3 different developers for 3 different games. Let me make sure notifications are off. And the first one's Foxtrot. So that's in commemoration of the first Genesis launch of Foxy Fam. It has your Foxies in there. with a lot of different attributes. You log in with your MetaMask wallet and you play with your Foxy. And it's been really fun to beta test. But that beta test, it was pretty difficult. I mean, it was fun seeing all the high scores, but for the average player, it was just way too advanced. It would speed up really quick, and then we added the big hole that you jump through in the tree, and it was just impossible. And if anyone can attest to that, it got pretty crazy. So it was fun, but we wanted to make it a little bit more enjoyable, but still challenging. So there'll be different levels to it. So when we release, and it'll be fun also to see the Bored Apes game and the Mutants game that's going to be this week, because they're doing it kind of similar to what we were wanting to do. But I'm glad they are doing it first, because as some of you know, it was supposed to launch today, and it didn't. It actually got axed by Apple, and they're having to go through some things. So it's a good thing. They're going to get through it, and I think, Mo or whoever, I think is it still set to launch tomorrow? I can't remember.
It's supposed to, but they're not sure.
So yeah, we don't even know what's going on. So it'll be nice to see them. That would have been us if we heard and released the beta version that we all had been playing. But luckily, Dilo took a step back and said, no, we want to build a lot into this game. We want it to bring in the public so that we introduce NFTs to a lot of the general public that won't be able to play it. So it's different from the Bored Ape game, because that's just for ape holders. This is going to be for Foxy holders. You get a lot of unlockables. You'll have, I don't know how to say it without revealing everything, which I'll reveal most of it here in a second. But you'll have a lot of playables. Obviously, you'll play with your Foxy. There'll be amplifiers that you get. There'll be in-game purchases that you'll be able to participate in that others won't. And there'll just be a lot to do. So it's always going to be for those Genesis holders. You get the game, you get everything. If there's ever a paid version of it, you get access to it. So it's going to be really cool. And kind of introducing it, it's going to be a swiped game. So it's going to be similar to the other running games where there's 3 positions. It'll make it so you'll be able to interact better with it. But in some screenshots that you see in our Discord, you can actually see Foxy like jumping off of ramps, like straight up into the air. Sometimes he jumps and kind of wall climbs on walls that are on the side. So we're adding a lot of new mechanisms into the game too. So it's going to be really cool. Obviously, high scores. We're going to do contests all the time with it, and bringing in that utility and giveaways into the Android and iOS game. So it's going to be really cool. That's the first game. The second game, which we haven't ever really talked about, is a companions game. So we're going to be doing our Foxy Fam companions. Still not revealing what it is, but it's going to be revealed really, really soon. And we have a really cool video that we made to hint at the companions, and then obviously we'll reveal it as we're really close to the companions time. We want to give a little bit more time between the launch of Foxtrot and the companions, but it might kind of bleed into each other just depending on, like I said, there's multiple game devs. So that's going to be really cool. There's going to be 2 games, one for Foxy, one for companions. And obviously if you mint a companion, you'll be able to, play that game. If you have a Foxy, you get everything. So anything we develop from here on out, that's Genesis, you'll have instant access of it. And then the third game is a mystery game. I can't reveal that one. We got to keep a little bit of suspense. But it's funny because if any of you have met Dilo, the other, we haven't revealed who the second game developer is for the companions game. But if you know Dilo, who's building Foxtrot, you know that he just loves to go above and beyond. And he's working with Mo Pete too on some of these AR filters, and he makes sure that everything works really well and looks really good. But then he stays up for like 5 more hours after the rest of us are like completely done and exhausted, and just refines things and makes sure it works, and then breaks something and then goes back and makes sure it works. And it's really refreshing seeing his work ethic, because he is doing things that I didn't even think were possible. I mean, if you know this game, it's a single player, the running game. He's building in to this third game multiplayer functionality. So that's as much as I'm going to say. But it's multiplayer functionality, and I almost said the other thing, but it's going to be really cool. So 3 games in the works, and then we're going to be bringing in other game devs as we kind of wrap up one game and just continue to expand. So let's take a break. Are there any, maybe we open up to questions because we hit a couple pretty big things. If you wanted to join, you can always request and then Sneaks can bring you up in. It looks like down in the list, it looks like we have quite a few Foxy people in here. As we're waiting for people to jump in, Sneaks, did you want to start talking about some of the spaces you've been holding? Some highlights on those?
Yeah, definitely. So like Walk said, if any of you guys have any questions, just be speaker and I'll bring you guys up. So if you guys haven't been joining the spaces, we are trying to have reoccurring spaces with different projects. It doesn't have to be big projects. It can be any project that just wants to talk about what they have going on. Also influencers. We're just trying to bring more people, not only to teach us more about NFTs, but to also get more eyes on the Foxy Fam and just kind of try to expand our name out there. We do have a lot of spaces planned. I'm screen recording this, so I don't want to take my phone off to see the schedule, but I know we have one tomorrow. We have one on Thursday, and then we have a huge one on Sunday. And by huge, I mean for a pretty stacked lineup of people on Sunday, because I realize that more people are willing to join on weekends. So Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, and I'll make a post on it on our Twitter page, so you guys can join in on that. And like Walk said, we'll have town halls every Monday. But if no one has questions, I do have some questions that people typed in the Discord if you wanted to go over those right now. Walk.
Sorry, you know those three boys I was talking about?
Yeah.
They were fighting, so I had to go step out for a second.
No worries.
What did you say? I just heard my name.
Oh, I just said if you wanted to go over some questions people put in the Discord, I can ask those.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that.
Okay. Let's see. You answered most of it. Someone said, when will companions drop and what they would look like? So you touched on that already, right?
Well, I mean, we didn't talk about what they look like. But yeah, we had a animated short created to kind of show the transition. And like I said, we like everything to flow in story mode. So first, Foxys came out of the burrows and they started chasing butterflies and that was kind of the minting process, and then got into the depths of the forest. And that's the video that we're going to show that lead into companions. So it's the next phase of it. And I always liken it to the Sonic the Hedgehog series, where at first it was Sonic and a little bit of Tails, then Tails became a main character, and then Knuckles kind of introduced in, and then all these other characters. And it's going to be fun showing that story of these friends coming together and either working together or being enemies at first. And it's going to be a fun story to tell. But yeah, we can't tell you what the companions are yet. We got to show you the video, and it's really, really well made. I watch it almost. I mean, I watch it all the time because it's so good. And we've had it done for 2 weeks. That's how frustrating it is for me, because I just want to share it. I just want to give it all to you. Companions, we're thinking it's going to be this month. It's interesting though, because we don't want to release it at a time that isn't good for the community. And right now we've been so heads down that the community's been great. And all of you, thank you so much for being so patient with us. And we kind of release a little bit of information here and there, but it's going to come in waves, and then we'll be more consistent with it as we built it up. But yeah, there's a lot coming this week that I have planned. So there'll be multiple announcements. I'm honestly probably just going to reveal it right here. So
okay. Another question. I'm probably going to get to it sooner than later, but they were talking about the mobile game. Any hints on that?
Yeah, so that's Foxtrot. So the beta that everyone has played is a version of it. It's a lot more refined. The art's even better. There's going to be scoreboards. There's going to be the basics of what you saw in Foxtrot. It's just going to be better. There's screenshots in Discord, so if you want to join in there, then you can see some of the things that we built. But we haven't even put up any of the 3D graphics or things, collectibles or things that are in there yet. But D'Lo was starting to do like a days leading up to the holidays as teasers, and I think he missed today, so I'll make sure that he puts something up.
Cool. Do you want to keep going on questions, or do you want to continue with what you had?
Let's take one more question.
Okay. The other question was, so for all these games, will a Foxy be required to play those games?
So there will be the NFT version, which, like I said before, there will be unlockables and special things for NFT holders, for the Foxy holders or the companion holders. Other than that, we still want to help bridge the gap of people that aren't introduced into NFTs. I can't tell you how many times I have conversations with my family just trying to teach them about NFTs. That's all of us, right? Until that changes, I mean, we want to help get more people into Ethereum, get more people into crypto technology, because it is the future and there's so much utility. I give the one example of all of my friends and family, they play Fortnite. And all I have to say is, that skin you just paid money for in Fortnite, think if you could load that onto, like a jump drive, or think if that was stored in the cloud, and then you logged into this other game like Cyberpunks, and now you're using that skin from Fortnite over in Cyberpunks now. And that's all I have to say. And I say that's the technology of crypto. And they're like, wait, that would be crazy. And then I stop and I say, well, that would take Epic Games, jumping in and allowing that. And that's why we're building games now, is so that we can do that same thing, so that we can partner with other projects, and then build out the utility. So it's a really easy thing to say, but once they have it physically in their hands playing Foxtrot, and then they're running and they all of a sudden see this land vault sign, and now they're running through this metaverse area, and then they see another NFT project, and then they see like an ape jumping in there. It's going to be really fun as we bridge the gap of all these different things. So that might have revealed a little bit about the game as it progresses, but it's going to be pretty fun. All right, that's the last question, because I'm getting ahead of myself. Thanks a lot. All right, so we talked about POAPs, we talked about the DAO, we started talking about the game.
We have I'm sorry, I don't want to cut you off, but we have the Bunny requested to be speaker here.
The Bunny, he's up here to spit some lyrics for us.
Nah, somebody owes me 20%. I sold the number to Foxy Fam the other day. So.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I was kind of pissed. I was like not too sure, and then I was like, "Yo, this has to be the best snipe on OpenSea." Yeah. And the dude from Myth Division bought it like 3 minutes later.
Oh, that was the one. Okay, yeah, they're friends, so I don't know why you did that. Myth Division's awesome. They're gonna be.
I love Myth Division. No, I love Myth. I know. I shouldn't
really
have.
Run with it.
I shouldn't have tweeted it.
You should have got more money out of them.
No, it wasn't. I didn't put it for sale. I found it.
Oh, you found it? Oh, okay.
I was on Rarity Tools shopping.
You posted.
Yeah, I just tweeted about it. No, I just tweeted about it because I saw it and I was a little bit short.
Are they in here? I'm surprised if they're not in here. Yeah, because somehow they hear about everything. It's awesome. But yeah, good job. Good job. No, we love that. It doesn't matter if it's a snipe. We don't care about price. It's going to be in the right hands now, so that's awesome.
Yeah, and I'm sure
it was the strawberry one, right?
Yep. It was a good one.
Yeah. That's a 101.
For 1 ETH.
That one's cool.
As steal.
That is crazy. A 101 for 1 ETH. That's awesome. It'll be fun to see that in their comics. The strawberry-headed Foxy. That's cool. Oh, I think so. Our dev end cover, for some reason, our sales bot was broken in Discord, and he just said that he's fixing that. So that's great. He's been out with COVID for the last week or two, so it's been really hurting for him. But since we're talking about him, should we go on to the next thing?
Yeah, we have one speaker, OE.eth. He came up earlier.
All right.
What's going on, OE?
OE, how you doing? Do I get to hear your voice finally? I hope so.
You've never heard him talk before?
No.
Oh, man. The legend, bro.
I know. Ape Kids right there, man. What a great project.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
I paper-handed this.
That wasn't smart.
Get out. No. When I was the first 0.1
I never
sale.
got mine. I should have.
They're at like 2.
Were you really? That's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I was the highest
Blade
sale
Kids
ever
blew up.
when I sold. And the guy who sold mine made 0.9 more than me.
Rightfully so. No, that was a fun one to see launch and mint. It went quick. So it was awesome. Congrats to you guys. Is he
I got a
able to
really
talk? Is your microphone working? Okay, awkward pause. All right, should we keep
I
going?
mean, I could talk if you don't want it to be quiet, you know.
We can
No,
keep
I
going.
thought Owie was coming up here to say something. It's like a microphone thing.
Yeah, we can just keep going. If his mic works, we can implement that.
Yeah, I
later.
hate when that happens. Can you guys hear me okay? Because it's in my AirPods.
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Yeah, you're
Okay,
good.
perfect. Sounds good. All right, welcoming everyone else in. So yeah, next step. So we have a featured artist that's going to be jumping into Foxy Fam and creating some brand new music. We'll be releasing that this week as well. It'll be kind of bringing in the music side of Foxy. We want it to be a fun mix that we use in the game, and it was fun seeing what Dilo added into the game at first, and how as you progress through, the music would speed up and it would kind of build that anticipation, and it always kind of freaked me out because then Foxy would be running so quick and I didn't know what to do. So it was a really good addition to the game, but we're actually going to have music that's tailored to the game and then also to our animated series. So I see Spotty in here, and I'm sure he's just salivating. Oh, I could do better. I could do better than that. And it'll be fun to see all the different artists that come in and bring different mixes to it. Because like I said, that's the whole point of the Foxy games is to have art, different projects implemented in different levels, different music, and then every aspect of this amazing, beautiful thing that's happening with NFTs all, coming together. And I'm honestly really excited. Maybe none of you are, but for the next bear market, like the true bear market, because then that's when the real projects are going to emerge and really be able to work and build together. So we might not have fat wallets anymore. And who knows? Maybe there isn't really the bear market that we always thought. So it could be completely different. But I'm really excited for the next year, 2 years, 3 years to continue to build everything out. So feature arts coming up. The game is going to have built-in extra utility, and it all starts with what Endcover is doing right now with our contract. So we're thinking starting here in 2 weeks, you'll be able to stake your Foxies. You'll be able to stake your Foxies. You'll be able to earn rewards on that. We're tokenizing everything. We're going to be building a lot of different things that you can now use in the game. Cheer! I wish we had sound effects because this is such a big thing. We were just talking about it with Endcover, seeing what we can do legally, making sure we're doing it the right way, and we're going to release it. So it's going to come in phases. There's going to be a portion where you can stake your Foxies, earn every single day. That will be for in-game currency, but also the token's going to be able to be used for a lot of other things, whether that's merch or maybe getting you into different mint passes with other projects that we partner with, that we've been talking with, maybe companions. There's going to be a lot of fun things that you can use, but really it's going to be the tokenomics for the game. So as you're playing, you can earn tokenomics. It's going to be, I won't reveal the name because it's actually a fun play on some of our companions coming up. And then so it's going to be really cool releasing that, and we will walk you through how to stake. We're going to be releasing 2 different contracts so that it'll be easy for you to do. It'll be all web based. You'll jump into our website. You'll use your MetaMask, sign in, choose the Foxy that you want to stake, and then just let it ride for as long as you want, or you can cash it out, and we'll have a lot of good resources for that. So super excited about staking, the Foxy stake. And then it'll be going forward with companions. We'll work those in as well. So start getting ready for those amplifiers and get ready to use that in game. That'll be cool.
Can I ask you something about the tokens?
You got it.
Is it going to be like one fox stake at a time, or are you going to be able to stake like all your foxes?
You can do as many as you want.
Dope.
And it'll all be loaded to your single wallet. So the way it works with Ethereum is, and a lot of you have probably done this already with other projects, if they've gotten this far, is there is a gas portion of it where the first time connecting your wallet, there is a gas fee, and it's just for that wallet. So it happens once if you have, 2 Foxys or 1 or 80, some people have. It doesn't matter. It's just the one gas fee is what I'm hearing. And then we'll help you. We'll guide you so that gas is low for when that happens. Can you guys hear my kid banging on my door? Can you hear that? Or my headphones? Can you hear that? I guess not. Yeah, and it'll be pretty simple to do. It's funny because I've seen this on other projects and it's worked out great, and I've had a good experience with that. But there has been a few other times where gas has been a problem. But with Endcover, our dev, and if you minted Foxy, you saw that it was really cheap. It was really cheap compared to what it was supposed to be. You go in anticipating a certain price based on our experience for minting hundreds of other projects, and then it was almost cut in half. So he creates a really clean, simple contract that pretty much just the transaction and that's it. Nothing stopping you. Allows for multiple people at the same time, a lot of people at the same time doing it, and just really cuts out the gas. So super grateful for Endcover, and I mean he's done so many projects now that it's just clockwork for him now. So there'll be staking, there will be the whatever it's named token, which I'm not releasing yet. So super excited about that. We haven't announced that on the roadmap at all, but we're going to have a visual of a roadmap that we'll release this week that will show when all these things will be released. But like Foxy, we don't like to wait, and I'm super impatient, and I'm always bugging Endcover and Jet and everyone else on the team. Sorry, Sneaks, and sorry, even Mo. That kind of bleeds over to you sometimes, and you all know how intense I am, and I get worked up or I get excited. It's because I am so passionate about Foxy. So it's going to happen a lot sooner than you think. We don't have the roadmap that's like, well, next year we're going to get to that, and it happens pretty quick, and it comes in batches. So that's the biggest thing.
So I have a couple of questions, like kind of new to the space, obviously, and I'm sure there's some other people on this space that are like, Foxy, what the hell? So, or they might not know, they haven't did stake, their cranium or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. Getting into the Foxy Fam, is this only on the ETH token on OpenSea? And or, the bidding, a lot of people don't understand. You can bid WETH, hey, winning there without, wrapping. And then as far as like the staking thing going down, is that something you got to be in the Discord to find out? Or like, will it be just an airdrop coming in that, you jump in on? Or like, how is the all the information going to come out and all the collabs with that?
I love it. No, you've touched on a few other things that we haven't talked about yet, the airdropping and all that stuff. So the way it's going to work is there isn't going to be a monetary value to the token yet. We're still going through legal and going through that. That's not stopping us from releasing the token, and it is Ethereum based. So it's going to be, it'll be pretty easy for you to claim. We still need to nail down the details of it, and that's what Endcover, he knows it all, and I wish he was on this so that he could jump into the details. But it is going to be based on the amount that you can earn every single day. There will be a value to that in the form of what collectibles you can claim against that. You can hold that because then there will be a monetary value to it eventually. But yeah, for the get-go, it's just a simple, you're staking, you're earning, not in a currency, but you're going to be able to use that towards other utility for the project. Cool. And it will probably change pretty quick as we nail down the legal side of it, and then we put a bunch of funding into it, and then there will be ways that you can play to earn actual fun.
Yeah, no, that's super cool, and that was like a great answer, by the way, to that question, because I love people that like beat around the bush. And I was gonna try to be sneaky and figure out this token name, but I know better. But so are you also? Cause I keep waiting to see people to do like a structure where, like, okay, you're staking, you can claim, let's say 1, say 5, say 10, but then it compounds, past then, where whether it's a trade, a property, whatever the case may be. Are you guys planning on doing some kind of structure where the longer you wait to claim your staking, you're going to have like a exponential, growth factor, or like are you not there yet because of legal?
Yeah, we're not there yet. But obviously, if the more NFTs you have, it's not gonna compound based on that. But we've been discussing companions, and if that would be an amplifier, and if you had, the whole collection of Foxy, if that would then, amplify or compound on top of that. It's a fun concept, but yeah, we haven't got to that point yet. So I'm not gonna beat around the bush and say, yeah, yeah, yeah. But I am gonna say it's definitely a possibility. And if you're part of the DAO, then that's something that you can help us shape and form. Hopefully that answers your question. But yeah, it's fun because people like you that are thinking outside of the box and outside of what some other projects are just doing at that moment help us to make the best community or the best product. And you don't really see that in businesses. I mean, you can't really reach out to the board of directors and have your say. You might have your vote if you own a couple stocks, but really, do you really have that big of a say unless you're a huge whale?
Well, no, absolutely, and that's what's so cool about the NFT space. I was telling on a different space earlier, like this is almost like, depending on how old you are, AOL chat rooms back in the day, basically, where it's exactly. Like common interest, sitting, talking over one another, or however the case may be. But
okay, do you remember ASL? Everybody's just jumping there. ASL.
Oh, well, how many of you remember saying, like, your parents walked in the room and you're like, oh, close that one, close that one, close that one. Oh, my God. Exactly. Fun fact, my email is still my original AOL name, just it's a Hotmail now. Fun fact.
Funny.
But thank you for
Streamboard 3.
Yeah, oh, good stuff.
No problem. Imagine if that shit was a .eth name, you'd be a billionaire.
Holy shit. It's funny. It's Ghetto Booty True for Life, but at Miami this week, people are like, it's GB True for Life. You're like, is that Gravity Bong? And I'm like, I'll take it. So, show up the Rich Club folks and stuff. It's a great time. But I know there's not a bunch of gang members on here, but I'm going to throw a gang out there just because we have to.
Gang.
And you guys are awesome. I'll be listening the rest of the time, so you can pull me off as a speaker. But I mean, you guys are super important. So we love this format, and keep doing what you're doing, man.
Love it. Thank you so much. Snakes, do you want to throw up our Discord as a pin on here? Yeah. For those that that don't know much about Foxy, we love collaborating with other projects, and we love communicating with them, and that's why these spaces are so amazing, because Sneaks has done such a good job with bringing other projects that are doing other things that, I mean, in the real world, they'd be competitors, right? But it's a feeling of love and unity and community where we're all building together, honestly helping each other probably more than we should, because we love it. All grow, Ethereum grows, and then the world jumps in and celebrities jump in and don't really know what they're doing, but then they're able to work with us. So we appreciate you jumping in and sharing that. But yeah, with staking and earning those rewards, it's going to be fun as we continue to grow it. Again, I want this to be a brand and a company. As we grow, you'll have all your IPs. You'll be able to do what you need with Foxy Fam, but the structure needs to be good, and we don't want there to be any type of FUD legally or you feeling mistreated or misused. So we're taking it a little bit slower in that sense, but like I said, I'm not that patient. So the community side, I can be as patient as possible because we're all family and we're gang, and I actually have the number one most rare pigeon, so I can say gang with authority, right? I really lucked out on that one. I don't have a huge money bag and bought that. I literally minted while I was mowing the lawn and just lucked out. I don't know how it happened, but
that's awesome. I ended up with the number one chicken derby.
Did you really?
Yeah, 100%. And I balled out. And so my ex is like, "Oh, are we gonna breed?" I'm like, "That's funny."
Yeah, that's number one rare. That's crazy. Have they launched their game? Is it in full function? I haven't checked.
No, they started beta this week, and there's been some races running around. I mean, they're like 6-8 months off from breeding, but what they did, they started there, and that's when when you guys started talking, when I jumped on here. Actually, you were talking about like the game. That's right, when I came on. And so I guess they had one platform, and then they had to pretty much reevaluate and change their entire coding and platform based on scalability to be able to integrate. Yeah, and so that's an interesting thing, but it's something that they should have, I guess, learned from Zedron before they started, but didn't. And so yeah, it's an interesting thing. But now I guess they're going to be able to collab with, you can own a track. You're going to be able to buy, a track to be able to host races. So now you're making collateral off of having a track or whatever. And yeah, it's a pretty cool thing to see develop. And it's the Pidgey to the moon, pink Pidgey to the moon. That's me. But at the same time, it's so cool to watch this happen. And to try to explain it to parents, I say, when you're explaining to people, that's the fun part. Say, it's like a Amex, a Discover, and a Visa card back in the early '90s or the '80s. Not everyone took Amex, not everyone took, Discover. Everyone took Visa, and that's your Coinbase, that's your, Ethereum network, not token. That's your Polygon, that's your Binance. And trying to explain to people, it's there's a network and then there's a token. And I'm lucky enough that in 5th grade, one of the co-founders of Ethereum was in my class, so I got the rundown, years ago. And yeah, and so he's a pretty awesome cat to pick his brain and whatnot. So understanding the technology behind it, knowledge is power, guys. Everyone knows that, and we can sit in these spaces, but it's so cool to be able to ask the questions that not only I have a question, I'm sure someone else does, and be accepted in that. Like you guys said, you own part of Home Depot stock, but do you really get to ask questions? So, do you get to bring the McRib back? No. So, but no, you guys are awesome.
Who wants that, man?
I'm on OpenSea right now, looking on pink, and now I'm trying to figure out what I want here. Pick on pink Foxy. So I'll be a member here quickly.
Awesome. Appreciate the love. No, and I see so many fun projects in here. I mean, thank you so much for everyone being here. That's the best part about it is you jump in Discord and your voice is immediately heard, and it's fun as a founder because, well, it's stressful, but it's also fun because the input that the community has is honestly better than most of my input. So I just pull from here and here, and we vote, and it's such a fun experience. You don't get that in the real world. I don't get that in my normal job. I wish I did, but yeah, thank you. So that's staking. That's our tokenomics, and that's probably the biggest thing that we didn't include on our roadmap. So we're going to be releasing a visual, so a digital version of our roadmap that will show what's happening each quarter for this winter and then into the spring and into the summer. That will show what's going to be released. But I wrote it out for Jet, who's our artist, and it was funny because it was hard for me to move anything forward. Like everything is in the winter, and I was like, okay, well this one we need a little more time on Foxtrot to release this, so I moved it a little bit more. So, but with that said, I wanted to talk about our last thing. Unless there's other questions, are there any other questions on the game or tokenomics or staking or our DAO or companions that we talked about? Have there been any questions?
For my snipe from like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Nobody mentioned it. I've been waiting for somebody to talk about it.
Man, I haven't even been looking on here. Let me jump over. Do you want to look up that Sneaks?
It was like number 150 something.
Yeah, I'll check. I'm on the Discord right now. There's this question you didn't touch on yet. I don't know if you're going to get to it, but it's regarding the Sandbox, and they asked when will Foxy land be available to get in on Sandbox?
Yep. So that is we're in the middle of so it's actually completely dev'd out. We're completely done with our metaverse. We partnered with Land Vault, who's a really big landowner in Sandbox. And as most of you have known, they released Alpha, which was, is a pass that you had to get into, and it's very, very limited. You can go, you can meet Snoop Dogg, you can see Bored Apes in there and a couple other projects. It's not even really their build out for what's going to be there for the main release or the public launch. So it's a good test into them testing out how much they can handle, you running around and kind of jumping around and collecting a couple of fun collectibles that will probably be pretty rare in Sandbox if you're able to snag that. But with Foxy, the dev environment is available. We had a complete mock-up of what we wanted to do. Jet was able to create it. I could kind of introduce it a little bit because it's basically the story of Foxy is Fox lived in a burrow, and the space that we have is right next to Alien Boy, right as you load into the game. So it's the prime location that you could ever find. You load into the game, and then I think it's going to be on the east side of when you load in. You look to the right, and you're pretty much seeing this huge spaceship, Alien Boy, this huge hangar right below it. And then to the side of it, you're going to see this big, forest, this tree. And as you walk closer and closer, you notice that, there's a building on that space. And then there's this tree. And if you go to Land Vault, and I'll promote Land Vault because an amazing group that came from Bored Apes, another social group, Mo and I and DeBunny and all these guys have known these people forever. I think Metaverse is in here. We've known Satsuma and Boomer forever, and they're amazing people. I was actually the CMO over there for a couple months until I got too busy, and then had to step down because they need to grow, and they're doing amazing things. So we partnered with them, and they gave us the land to work with, and it's completely done. If you go to Landfall, their Twitter, you can see a promo video, and you'll see they highlighted the Foxy Fam tree and entrance in it. So go head over there. It's just Land Vault, and check it out. I wonder if you could post it in here. You can pin it up there at the top. But it's built all underground. So it's the first project that I know of that has utilized all the space underneath a plot, and it's 3 levels. So you go into you can actually climb the tree, and there's like a fun little tree house above it. You can go into the burrow or the tree trunk of it, and then there's a staircase, and you go down to the first level. And the first level has it actually has a merch store. It has a bunch of galleries that we can configure, and then it has a lounge, and it has some fun things that you can read and go through. And then you go down another level, and the next level is it's our game room. So it's going to feature our games. We're going to figure out a way to have a scoreboard up there. So some of the high scores will be up there for each of the games. You can click through and play it, and it will be a good introduction for people that maybe don't have a Foxy. And then on that level, there's going to be a VIP room. So what I know about Sandbox right now is that they're still trying to develop the wallet connection, where if you hold a certain NFT, then it locks you out of certain things, or it unlocks it if you hold it. If you don't, then you would be locked out. So I don't know if that's going to be there for the first one. If it's not there for the first version they released to the public, then the VIP room, it's not going to be like, there's nothing too crazy that's going to be in there. It'll just be like another common meeting room, or just a lounge. But once that technology is built into Sandbox, then we have so many things planned for that VIP area for Foxies. And then the bottom floor, we're going to be releasing a picture of what it is in Discord this week. And it's going to be really fun because that's where we're going to feature a lot of fun things. And then there's possibly a collectible down there that you can get. So an NFT that you can go claim. So the good thing about Sandbox is you can gamify it, and you can run around, and then there's a health bar, and you could actually fight and interact with other people and other things. So it'll be a lot of fun, but it is completely done, which is crazy. I just wish that you could go. I wish you could go check it out. But we'll be doing some video teasers, and then it actually introduces some other things in our roadmap. Oh, cool. So you're able to pin. Yeah, so you can see the concept art there. You can see the different levels. And yeah. Oh, you can already see it. So the bottom floor, do you see what it says there? See what it says on that art? It says DJ and dance hall. So we'll show what we designed with it, but it's going to be fun. If you've gone to any metaverse, music concerts or anything, you can have the person there physically, like a Zoom meeting or whatever, but you can theme it so that the atmosphere feels like you're there, and you can actually see Snoop Dogg, or you could see somebody performing on stage, either in the voxelized version or the metaverse version, or you can have it on a screen behind it too. So we'll have a bunch of fun different ways that we can kind of bring in that in real life concert experience into the metaverse. And then once they build out, that VR technology into it, where you're actually feeling like you're in there. If any of you have an Oculus or anything, it's so immersive, you feel like you're there. So that'll be really fun.
DJ Quaid in here from the Mummies, who was also one of our speakers, which I'm sure he'd be down to DJ for the Burrow.
Yeah. You into Bunny. For sure. We'd love to have you. That'd be awesome. That'd be really cool. But yeah, so Metaverse is completely done. We just wish that you could jump in there. And like I said, we're working so hard in the background. So credit to all the community members and founders and people that we've hired out, continue to work on Foxy Fam, even if it looks like, hey, Ethereum's kind of slow right now. What's going on? We're building things out. So as the waves come in, there's always going to be something new. Any questions about Metaverse?
Nothing on the Discord. If anyone has any questions on here, definitely just be speaker and we'll bring you up here.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm curious to see what other projects are doing too. As you request, or as you prepare questions, it's fun seeing all the people that Land Vault is bringing in. They have something that's called Avatar Land, and you can read about it on their website, landvault.io, I think it is. It's either landvault.io or landvault.com. I think it's IO. But if you go there, they list out what they're doing at the land. So it's a lot of metaverse, versions of the NFT projects, their hangouts or whatnot. I was talking with Gutter Cats, and their whole adoption of it with the alleyway and all that stuff is really fun. But also Land Vault's taking it to the next level and bringing in a bunch of games. So they have quite a bit of land that they've filled up with a bunch of fun activities and games. So it just brings a whole nother level. I mean, there's other metaverses that we're going to be getting into as well, which we'll release, but I guess I could kind of tease it. So does anyone have a question first before I release it all?
Yeah, I'm going to throw this out here. I know the answer to this question, but I know a lot of people are just afraid to ask it. What the fuck is the metaverse?
Yeah. Haven't you ever wanted just to run around in, I don't know, like the gutter, like with the Gutter Cats, or like run down the alleyway as a cat? Haven't you ever wanted to do that? Kind of flutter around as a pigeon, as a pink pigeon? Come on, Yeah, and that's what the metaverse is allowing you to do. So it's in this first version of it. There's CryptoVoxels, there's a bunch of different metaverses that are kind of released, and you can jump into and kind of run around, but it's kind of laggy sometimes, and it's fun because you can visually see it. It's like a Minecraft or a what's that other game? That's like life. Roblox. You build Roblox, but then there's also Sims. You're creating these people running around, creating this life or whatnot. The cool thing about the metaverse is it brings in the crypto technology. You connect your wallet, you load into the game, and then you're actually using collectibles or NFTs that you've purchased outside just as PFPs or as like little digital art, and now you can actually use those in a game. So Sandbox is the first big version of the gamification in NFTs, and it allows you to either buy collectibles in there and use them, keep them in your wallet, and then transfer it, display it on OpenSea and sell it. But it also, there's a lot of projects jumping in there. So the Bored Apes are in there, Gutter Cats, Lazy Lions. I saw a couple of you in here. A lot of the projects are jumping in there, Goodfella, all your stuff. But then you're able to jump in and use some of these collectibles. And with Foxy, you'll be able to run around as the base character that you load in that you've kind of customized. Eventually, you'll be able to use different, avatar-looking people, maybe a Foxy, and then go and interact with, those different worlds. So you'll be running around. That's kind of the first round, is being able just to kind of feel like you're in it, and it's gamified. The next version is going to be, and that's kind of where Facebook's jumping in, is they changed their name to Meta, and they're going to be jumping all in, and it's going to be more corporate, and it's going to be more blah, and they're going to, nickel and dime you for everything. But who knows? Maybe there'll be good aspects of it. We'll see as time goes. But with Sandbox and with a few others, there's just so much more possibility. And once they build in, more VR technology, then you can actually be walking around with a headset. And now it feels more 3D, and it feels like you're hearing things in your ears that you normally wouldn't hear just through, a normal computer or headset. And that's kind of where, if you've seen Player One or Player Ready One or read those books, then it's actually coming true. And it's gamified, and it's not so intense, and your life doesn't depend on it. But then as you're in the metaverse, there's going to be ways for you to make money or to buy and sell NFTs, and it's going to just be a whole new world. So we don't know which metaverse is going to be the one to continue. So with Foxy Fam, we're just going to try them all. And that's kind of it's a perfect question, because it leads into, I haven't just been doing my research in Ethereum. Ethereum's my baby, and it's going to be, in my eyes, Ethereum is what's going to lead the way for everything. But there are some projects being built on other blockchain technologies that I always want to test out, as long as it still keeps Ethereum in mind. So we're actually working a deal with a project that's actually a Solana project, and they're bringing in Solana NFTs, and they're building out a metaverse there first. And they've approached Foxy as the first Ethereum project that they wanted to test and bring into their metaverse. Whether they do that first before Sandbox, it doesn't really matter, because basically what you're going to get as a Foxy holder is access to multiple different metaverses. So you don't have to worry that, so much investment was put into Sandbox. If Sandbox doesn't work out, then is Foxy Fam going to die? We're spreading ourselves across multiple different channels, focusing and dedicating time in each one of them, and making sure that we capitalize on all of them. But it's fun to experience different things so that you can choose what you like. And there'll be, people that prefer a lot of different metaverses, just the same as people are preferring other blockchains and other technology. So just know that Foxy's always going to be there and trying to be in every type of solution that fits Ethereum and fits the family. So that's going to be fun to release, is all these other metaverses that we're getting into. But we're busy. So in kind of closing, and then we'll open up to a couple minutes of questions, but in closing, it's fun building out Foxy Fam, and it's been fun meeting so many new people. I've been joining a ton of different DAOs, talking and connecting with people. If you feel like you wanted to jump in and join our DAO, or pitch in any way, or if you see Foxy and what we're doing, and you have a project, or you're a part of a community and a project that could benefit from collaborations, or us building games together, or tokenomics, please reach out, because that's the whole beauty of NFTs, is that we can build together and we can help each other grow. No matter what the token price is of Ethereum, it doesn't matter, because Ethereum is Ethereum. It's one Ethereum. And just so grateful to be here with all of you. And please reach out if you have any questions, or if you want to partner. We're always open. And then, just turn it back to Sneaks and to questions.
Yeah, definitely. If you guys have any questions, be speaker. I think now, since you guys are still here, I'll run the giveaway real quick. As MM Walk was talking, I had set up a random name generator on my desktop. I don't know if I can show it on here because I'm screen recording this whole meeting for Discord, but everyone's name that's in here is in there, so I'm just going to press random. And I just want to thank...
Drum roll, please. Drum roll.
Agu.eth, who's a listener here, he is the one that's providing the prize. So thank you, Agu.eth. And the winner of our giveaway is Pagrino.eth. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name.
Hey, congrats. What was the prize?
The prize is a Foxy Fam hat from our exclusive merch drop. Awesome. Definitely please DM me your P.O. box or your address that you'd like us to ship this to. And hopefully we keep these giveaways coming every week. It's up to MM Walk, though.
Let's do it.
Sweet.
Sneak says it, we do it.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, we'll keep more prizes going on. And again, Agu.eth, thank you for providing that gift. Paul, DM us your address and we'll keep going with questions. Nothing yet on the Discord, though.
Awesome. Time is yours. We only have 2 minutes.
Someone mentioned in the Discord if there's any plan to go into Decentraland, or the only Sandbox.
Yeah, Decentraland is interesting. I've had good and bad experiences with Decentraland, and we know people that have Decentraland land, and we can talk as a DAO if we want to invest in that. And I mean, I'm always happy to put in my funds too, with a lot of different projects. Right now, we don't have anything developed in there, but it's something that we can vote on. I'm always hesitant with Decentraland though. It would be good to hear everyone else's project or everyone else's idea. It's here to stay. I mean, it's big. They have a lot of things that they need to fix, but yeah, we're focusing on Sandbox right now. That's the big thing. Mo wanted to jump in so bad.
Well, I was just gonna say you can be making wearables in both places to, advertise Foxy Fam and stuff, even if you're not thinking about going into Decentraland, you can still utilize it by being there with the wearables.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, we haven't fully utilized our airdrops yet, so that's a great idea.
I may or may not have an in over at Decentraland too, just saying.
Oh, there you go. 3D man over here. Again, if anyone hasn't met Mo Pete and wants an AR mask of their PFP, he is the man to go to.
And you were talking about the game. I can personally say I've been watching it come together. It's fucking baller.
I appreciate that, man.
It's
hard to get the high score though.
Miss Zenith here as a speaker. Here, just jumped on.
Awesome.
Hi, hey guys, nice to meet you. It's the first town hall I've come to. I just wanted to ask, so you mentioned that you've been speaking to a Solana NFT project, but how does that work technically? Because we're on Ethereum. Just wanting to know, is it possible to do cross-chain NFTs, or would you have to mint Foxy Fam on Solana, or how does it work?
No, Foxy Fam is going to be Ethereum, and it is a great question because it's really confusing, and I don't know the technical behind it, but basically this project is bring on Solana projects only right now, and it's great for them because you load in your Phantom wallet or whatever wallet they're using, and then you can use those collectibles. It is going to be confusing, and that's why I want to see how it works out. It would be beautiful if there was a metaverse where you could use multiple different, cross-chain technology if it is good. And Solana has actually been pretty good with gaming, so that's why I wanted to test it out. I'm not sure. They would have to do some type of multi-wallet loading into it, and then what technology is it based on? I know that there are some similarities. I can't remember. Does Ethereum use Rust as well? I think they do, and Solana is built on Rust. So there might be some, technology built on it behind the scenes, but there would have to be some type of cross-wallet inclusion into your profile, where you'd have a Phantom wallet you could load in, but if you didn't, then you'd have a MetaMask wallet, and maybe both. And I have no idea how they're going to do it, but they have really good art, and their program's really smooth, just like Sandbox. So we'll see. And if it doesn't work out, at least we tried.
Do you know of any projects that have successfully implemented cross-chain NFTs, or is everyone sort of discovering it and trying to figure it out?
There's a clear line behind it right now. And it's some people in our Discord have been like, MMWalk, why are you jumping over to Solana? And I'm not jumping over to Solana, but I'm not going to, I don't know. I want to learn it all, right? I want to know what's going on in different projects on Solana to bring it back to Foxy Fam on Ethereum. And it's fun jumping over there to see what's good and what's bad. And of course, there's some good to Solana, and there's a lot of bad, and there's a lot of projects that aren't that good, and there's some that are good. Great people over there, but Ethereum is, it's king right now, and it's great. The best projects that I've seen that have tried to kind of bridge that, they've either done half of a collection over here, and maybe they do another drop over there. But if they ever, there's been some projects that don't mint on Ethereum because of gas or whatever, and then they try to reverse and then jump over to Solana, and then they try to take those NFTs and then bridge them over, and it just becomes way too messy. So there may be some solution later on. I have no idea, but I am a firm believer that just like the internet when it first started, there were a lot of players in it, and then over time it kind of became the normal, and there were certain browsers or certain technology and companies that really took over and led the space. And there's always going to be competitors, right? Like there's competitors now. And I really believe that even though there's a Solana versus Ethereum, or there's, Polygon coming in and people thinking that it's just a cheap solution and there's not really anything built over there except a couple, good games or whatever. I think there's still a world where they can all coexist, but I want to see it play out, So I haven't seen a clear cut bridging of it, but maybe some other people have, and, please reach out to me because that'd be cool to see.
Cool. Thanks for answering. Yeah, I was just curious.
Yeah, no problem. And feel free if anyone wants to drop off. I know we're over an hour, and I thought it was going to be 30 minutes. So feel free to jump off. But yeah, we'll keep it open for a few more minutes for questions.
Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for jumping up. I'll always be super open with everybody about what's going on too. I mean, I keep picking on Mo, but he's just been the most recent person that I've either confronted or talked to or, thanked, and he knows how passionate I can be. But behind all of that, behind the emotion and the excitement is I want to make sure that Foxy is a place that people feel close and feel comfortable, and that continues forward. I don't want this to be something that anyone ever questions as a rug. So yeah.
Yeah, you are definitely one of the most dedicated people I know.
To a fault.
Very true.
No, and honestly, I've been raw with Mo, so he can tell the tales, and he's been nothing but calm and collected, and it's awesome. So we've got such a good support group, and honestly, it might be a good thing to talk about really quickly because I'm a huge advocate for mental health, and in the NFT space, since everything is so fast paced and you feel like you're missing everything every second because we all are, there's no way to keep up. You have to figure out a way to have that alone time or that peace or that meditation or that prayer or whatever you believe in. You have to have it. Otherwise, I've gone through tons of mental breakdowns just in Foxy. That's not like the months before that investing or the months before that and building other businesses. You have to have some time away, right? Or you have to have people that you can go and talk to. And if you ever need somebody to talk to, I mean, we have a lot of people in our group, and then that's what Discord's full of, is people that are loving and kind. So figure out that way for you to escape sometimes, because mental health is super important and it's really real. If you feel like you're immune to it, don't be a fool. Like, figure out a way to take some time for yourself.
Yeah, we all joke about like being up 21 hours a day, but like most of us are.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, everybody's here. Like, I always see you guys on everywhere. So you do got to take some time away.
Yep. And we're all not going to, right? And we're all going to break down. So have love for each other when we do blow up, or just we're all in this together.
Before I hopped on here, my wife was like, "You haven't slept in 6 days." I was like, "I don't think that's not entirely true."
Well, I'm going for 8.
Yeah, you're in Miami.
I think that's it. Yeah, that's when you say, all right, listen, wife, if the gas prices can just drop at like normal hours, then I will sleep on normal hours.
Nah, we have a 9-week-old. I don't say anything like that.
Oh, no, then you're good. I'm up for you, honey. I'm up for you.
I just got back from Miami. We were up for like 5 straight days.
Bro, how much fun was the 305? Wood Tavern?
That was ridiculous.
It was a very hard sell for me. I couldn't make it.
It was amazing. I can't talk about most of it.
That's why what happens in Miami is why you go back to Miami.
What happens where Mo goes is that's about it. You can't talk about it.
I actually came pretty close to convincing my wife to schlep the 5-year-old and the 9-week-old, but apparently physicians don't recommend bringing a 2-month-old on a plane or on a 24-hour car ride.
Or to Miami to party with the apes.
Right?
Gutter and the...
I think my wife...
We would have taken care of the baby.
Yeah, it
Bro,
was
at the gutter thing, I'm gonna do it. He flew down, got there at 10 a.m. on Saturday, left at 7 p.m. on Saturday, and I'm like, why, what, how?
Wait,
He's like,
that's Drew, right?
yeah.
Yeah, all right. So I met Drew.
Was it for the golf? What was it for?
No, Saturday he came down because his wife had some shit he had to do before and after, and he's like, yeah, that's it.
The gutter party was pretty cool.
I was actually up at like 5 a.m. when he flew. I was talking to him, and I met him in NFT NYC. Like, I had not even followed him on Twitter, and we went to like the House of Kiba party, and the person we were with worked for House of Kiba, and then like everybody left early. So me and Drew ended up just hanging out together the whole night, even though we never talked, even on Twitter. That's and then he went home. He lived in Jersey City, and I'm like close, I'm like right by him. So he went home, he took an Uber home, got back, and I was like, yo, I got you a wristband for little baby. He Ubered immediately back to Brooklyn and was out till like 5. And we didn't get back till like 5 a.m.
Man.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty epic.
Come on, guys.
I thought it was epic to
immediately. There, man. That is pretty epic.
Like, when he was like, all right, I'm on my way back, I was like, oh, I really didn't expect that.
You guys know how to party.
Yeah, I hear the rumors. I don't know if it's Gutter Cat with Portage or what's going on, but I hear rumors of Vegas in March. So I'm trying to figure out if this is during March Madness because I'm out there every year for March Madness anyway, which coincides with St. Patrick's Day. And if we had a Gutter St. Patrick's Bored Ape, whatever the hell NFT you want to call it, during March Madness, tell me how fucking dope that would be.
That'd be crazy.
Well, the Bunny's a diehard North Carolina Tar Heel fan, and his birthday is in March, so I'm all in on that idea.
There you go.
Oh my god, I was at the Final Four a few years back, Villanova versus NC, and that was just brutal. I was there at the finals. Oh my god.
Let me unfollow you real quick.
I'm a Kentucky fan. I was just there. Sorry, guy. Hey, if you stay far, we'll go together.
My wife was like 8 months pregnant, and we had just switched to not cable television, and the Sweet 16 game like cut out for me. So we were at the bar, and when they who hit the shot for North Carolina?
Yeah, wait.
No, shut up! Not that shot. The better shot. Was Marcus Page?
Oh, I'm fucking dying over here, bro.
But she, oh my god, that was literally the worst game ever. I went to work the next day. My boss was like, "Great game, right?"
Oh yeah, we're leaving the stadium and they're handing out Pepsis, right? And half of them said Pepsi and half of them said Villanova. And my ex is just like taking everyone I got said Pepsi. Everyone he got said Villanova, and he's just throwing it, just chucking it into people like, what the fuck? And yeah, it is what it is. But anyway, guys, you guys are awesome. Glad to let me.
That was the worst game ever.
Okay, I guess it's a party in Vegas.
Bro, but it was still for that game. That was still one of the best Final Four finishes. I mean, fuck, Syracuse was in the semis.
Yeah, obviously.
That's great, man.
It hurt.
That's cool. That'd be fun to see.
My friend was gonna win $10,000 if North Carolina won, and he went to Villanova. So he was like the only Villanova grad who was devastated when it went in.
That's brutal, man. Okay, I guess in summary, Vegas, baby, in March. Who's there?
Is this confirmed though, or are we just getting everybody's hopes up?
This.
I'm gonna be in your DMs, Pidgey.
Yeah, the Pink Pidgey happens to live and grew up with Mr. Dan. You might know Mr. Dan, Gutter Dan, and such. And so this came from around the bush. He wouldn't confirm it for me, but
from Dan. Okay.
Oh no, I didn't hear it from Dan. I said his crew. He wouldn't confirm nor deny said statement, but I know his brother is moving out. He'll be at my house tomorrow. Both of them actually, but they. Yeah.
Somebody's dropping alpha.
Yeah,
no. Is gonna be there.
I'm trying to figure out.
I got nervous for a second.
You're like, don't talk some shit. How long has she been on here? But yeah. Anyway, yeah, I've heard it, and so I think they're just trying to figure out the collabs. I mean, it's going to be NFT just normal style, like make it a yearly thing. obviously they're big Miami fans, and UM and stuff. But anyway, yeah, we'll see. As they, like I said, we wouldn't confirm or deny, but I'll be
You're
happy.
trying to cover your tracks now. Now we
No,
know.
no, there's not. No,
When
it was
this
just
drops, we're gonna be pointing. No, we got you. This is a
yeah.
safe place.
You know what? If you read the story of the gutter, the pigeon is supposed to be the gossip bitch. So the pink pigeon.
There you go.
I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, we got it either way because if it doesn't come true, we'll just FUD the shit out of it. So, I mean,
We'll be with Spencer Romano, fucking DJing up in Vegas.
By the way, how undervalued is the fucking gutter cat floor then? If that actually happens,
Dude, there's so
that's
many
true.
things.
Yeah, what is it right now? 6? What is it?
For the cats or for just
Yeah,
getting
for cats.
Yeah, I think something around there. Yeah, and
Which still seems crazy to me.
yeah. Well, have you heard about? Okay, so I stumbled on this board kennel thing. Tell me, do y'all know about this? Because I don't want to fuck myself on the floor here. But
nah, I think they go up eventually, right? Because there's got to be utility for they got to do something.
Yeah, they have to do it.
And they all have weapons, right? So
I'm saying the Bored Ape Kennel Club. Do y'all know anything about this Bored Ape Kennel Club?
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. That's when I came in late. Yeah, I want the pink on pink, but it's like
yeah, we were answering you.
Oh, I thought you were saying Bored Ape and the cats.
It's part of it.
Is this thing gonna just ball out on the meta and like be the intermediary, or like what's its purpose? Do we know?
They say that there's going to be utility if you hold an ape and also a dog. But yeah, they haven't really done too much with it. It was just a nice free airdrop. There's got to be something. Like you said, Bunny, there's weapons in there.
They have weapons, so yeah, they got to come into the game at some point.
It's just mutants came out so hot, Like they did such a great job with the serum, and then some people are still holding their serum, but then mutants just was the cheaper version of the ape. With just as much utility, and that completely just changed the game with everybody entering in that had missed apes, and dogs just kind of got left behind. They're at the 1.5 ETH floor, or is it 2 now? I think it's 1.5.
No, it's what the dogs are closer to 3.
Oh, they're at 3 now. Okay,
it's
good.
like 2. It's like 2.85, I think.
Okay,
yeah, currently 2.69 is what we're coming at, but
nice. So yeah, they're well behind, but there hasn't really been anything dropped for them, if I can remember clearly. And I just hold my one. I've upgraded to a pink one. So there you go.
Yeah, I have a pink one too. And he's probably going to be awesome in the game. He's got a banana on his head and a hot dog in his mouth. He's going to be deadly.
There you go. You didn't get the rocket? Yeah, that'll be fun.
I didn't give a shit about the dog.
Dude, I don't know. I just bid on a pink one that looks like it just ate a bitch on its period. I don't know what just happened, but that's the pink one I just 8948. I don't even know what the property is, but I'm terrified at it regardless.
Yeah, great art. It's great. Okay, well, I think that's it. Sneaks, turn it back to you, but appreciate everyone that jumped on, and we kind of got carried away, talked about some fun things, and dropped some more alpha. So thanks to everybody that did that. That was awesome. But maybe we'll be seeing you in Vegas in March. Until then, I guess we'll just keep doing these town halls, and we'll be figuring out more things to drop to you. So awesome. Great first town hall. Turn it back over to Sneaks. Thanks, everybody.
Yep, thanks, guys, for joining. We are going to do this every Monday at 7 p.m. PST. We have a Twitter space tomorrow with some projects. Again, Thursday. And a big one on Sunday. I'll post that on Twitter soon. Join our Discord for alpha before it gets on Twitter. We got some giveaways planned, so thank you guys. And if you have any questions you didn't ask, DM us and we'll respond to you there. That is all.
Thanks, everyone.
Have a good day.
Have a great night, everybody.
See ya.
GM.
Bye.